Hey, Dwayne here, the Essential Marketer. We're going to talk about 3 advanced techniques for master blogging. If you're an internet marketer like me, you know one of your main priorities today is to build an email list. You know, if you build an email list, you can sell stuff to them over and over again, and that's the basics of everything that we want to do. When you do blogging today, blogging is awesome because it allows you to surpass a lot of things that are out there online today. And that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about how to build a good list with your blogs, because I've done some certain things that have certainly helped my efforts as far as building my list just using a plain old blog. So let's get right into it. Blogging today is a staple, and in case you don't know, I'm going to go over just a couple things on what a blog is. I know it's going to be basic, but guess what? A lot of people don't do these stupid things that really make a huge difference. Blogging is about posting all our content, all our great content. You post as best content as you can because you want to be able to hang out with people. You want to have people who will hang out with you at all times on your blogging site, and if they do that, you'll have them as a reader forever. Then you optimize that content so eventually it shows up on the search engines. You know, if you can show up your content on the search engines, you'll acquire traffic. And if you're smart, you know how to capture that traffic. And that's the big problem most marketers have when they have a blog. They have no clue that it's meant to capture traffic. I mean, it's cool you got 1,000 visitors a day to your blog, but who really cares if not any percent of them go on an email list of some type? Here's 3 tactics that I use to capture. These are things I've optimized over time, and I've heard a couple of them from people. Some of them I've never actually even heard anybody use. So first, have your opt-in box be the first thing eyeballs go to. Some of my niche stuff, I'll have opt-in boxes that are completely different color from the rest of the blog. Why do I do that? I want to draw attention to it. If you don't draw attention to it, no one's going to use it or read the offer on it. So you got to have that be the first thing your eyeballs go to, whether it's a little bit of a flash badge. I know on one of my niche blogs I have a little badge that says opt-in here that flashes. So you got to be able to draw attention to it, number one. The other way that you can increase opt-ins is you put an opt-in box under the blog post with an offering. And this is, I've seen it more and more as time has gone on, but I've used it a ton. And putting an opt-in box under your blog is not enough. You have to put an offering of some type. If you just wrote a blog post about, let's just say, finding the perfect man, if you're in dating and you're dating advice to women, the next thing would be the 10 top things to avoid saying to a man. Get my report on the 10 top things to avoid saying to a man that will get you kicked out of his house, or something like that. That would be something of interest. So you got to create something of interest, otherwise what's the point of them opting in? And it could be a completely different list in general. So this might get complicated, but if it's specified to what the people want, there's a higher chance they'll opt in. You know, in the case, instead of something random, you know, get my free course on such and such, and it has nothing to do with the blog post they just read. The other thing that I've actually tested that has worked extremely well is to put a link at the end of my blog post that links to a list building page with an offer. Instead of you just put, if you have an opt-in box, then you put a long trail line in bold that says, get your free 7-day course here, just click here. And then you put that after your opt-in box. People will actually click on it, and then they actually land on a page that's a squeeze page or a sandwich page or a page of some type meant to build a list. And it's actually worked very well because there's more than one opportunity to opt in, and it seems like the more opportunities people have to opt in, the better that they will do. So put a link at the very bottom of your opt-in box, and you actually increase your lead flow. How are the conversions? I'm going to tell you exactly what my conversions were when I started doing these. By changing my white opt-in box to a red one, I upped my conversions by 3%. This is on just one of my blogs. By using an opt-in at the bottom of a blog post, conversions went up by 4%. That means when I started putting an opt-in box at the bottom of every blog post and I customized the offer to the person who was reading that post, I actually got an up of 4% on my conversions as far as my traffic showing up on my blog. That's a lot. 4%, you think about if you have 100 visitors, that's 4 people who changed to a lead. How much do you pay per lead? By putting the link at the end of my blog post next to my opt-in box, I got another 5% on top of that. You heard my dog barking next room. But by putting a link at the end as well, we got another 5%. Guess what? That's a total of 12%. I've raised my conversions on my blog. This is one specific niche blog, just by doing these 3 things. Now, if you have a blog and you're not getting any opt-ins, just go ahead and try one of these. Like I said, now it's your turn. Test out by changing the color of your opt-in box. Go wild, do yellow, do gold, do red, do stuff that stands out. Go change the color of your opt-in box, make it more noticeable, make it the first thing that eyeballs go to. Then test out an opt-in box at the bottom with a genuine offer. If you have to create a report or a free video or something, go try it out. You got nothing but time. If you're doing things right, it's better than doing a ton of stuff. Just make sure you do things right. So make sure you have a good offer at the bottom of every blog post. After that, just add a link to the top of the opt-in box to a squeeze page or a list building page. This will get another couple % on your opt-ins, and these people get on your list, and it's a huge deal. So go try all these 3 right now. Very simple, very quick, but guess what? I don't know how much you pay for leads if you're paying for traffic, but these are free ways to get leads. Other thing now, I got to do my shameless pitch here, is go head over to essentialmarketer.com. I have tons of marketing tips, tons of different things over there. I also got a 7-day free video course that I give out that I've charged money for before, but I don't anymore. So go over there and get it. Tell me what you think, and we'll see you over there.